Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well today. The first thing I want to say is send out a prayer to our friends and family in North Carolina, in the Carolinas, on the East Coast. Praying that you guys stay safe and that you are prepared and out of harm's way with Hurricane Florence. With that being said, I thought it was befitting today to talk about the hurricane season. Of course, as it relates to kids, because I always put a little kid health twist on it, right? So hurricane season, we're in full force. It's probably, nearing its peak, if not already at its peak. And we have this first major one from this season, and we know we've had a rough year with Irma and with Maria. And kids can be very scared and nervous and have a lot of anxiety around these storms. And so it does come up sometimes when I'm seeing my patients, and especially with my own kids. Absolutely. My son is a little nervous with storms. So I wanted to talk about how we can get our kids involved with the emergency preparation for hurricanes or any type of bad weather that's specific to your area. That's what we should be doing and why that's important. So the first thing is, why is it important to get our kids involved? Number one is to teach them, because we are their teachers and we teach them everything, because one day they have to go off and be on their own and have their family. So we teach them about how to be prepared and giving them that spirit of preparation, safety, and prevention. So when we teach them about the hurricanes and teach them how to get prepared and getting them involved in that process, we're preparing them for the future. The second, probably most important thing is that, believe it or not, it lessens their anxiety. And I know some people think you talk to them about it, they get prepared, doesn't that scare them? No. We fear what we don't know. And when we learn about something that we're scared of, we often go, oh, that wasn't so bad. And so the same thing happens with kids. The more they learn about storms, hurricanes, or whatever, the more maybe see a National Geographic movie, or they research it with you and talk about why it's natural, it's Mother Nature. We don't have a lot of control over it, but there are things we can do to be safe, and that's what we're going to do. That gives them power to say, okay, I got this. Okay, what are we going to do? And they'll feel safer and they'll feel more supported and not worry so much and be so scared and anxious about it. So definitely get them involved in the process and teach them about it. A child as young as 4 can be taught about storms and natural disasters in a kid-friendly way, very simply, so that they're not scared. Because a lot of the trauma and fear that comes up with these storms is because they just don't know the facts, all right? So empower them with facts and empower them with preparation. Now I want to talk about how you can do that. Just a few things. I always try to keep it short. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you so much for listening. Hi, everybody. It was lighting up there. A lot of hearts and highs and stuff. I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for watching. Let me see if I can catch anybody else. Auntie always, Maxine. Hi, Nita. Dietrich. Hi, Mom. I have a wonderful supportive family. Pastor Davison, how are you? Hey, Africa. So this is how we get them prepared. And you can do it your own way. First, I'm going to give you 2 references. Go to FEMA, FEMA.gov. They have a kids section. Or Florida Health, because we have hurricanes here, so they're all about being prepared and giving great information. FloridaHealth.gov. They have a full, let's see what the title is, Florida Emergency Preparedness Guide. And that is extensive on how you can be safe in a hurricane. Everything from having a checklist on supplies and foods and recommendations to have what you need for multiple days without power, without all of your utilities, where to be safe for hurricane tornadoes, for flooding, all of that stuff is there. So visit those websites. There's kid-friendly information, and print your checklist and do your checklist. That's the first step. Get a checklist, okay? And then the second step is to assign tasks. If you have multiple kids, that's a blessing. And every child, any age, can have a role in this. And they will love being a big helper, right? And so one child can be, if we're stuck for 3 days, somebody needs to be the fun committee, right? So get the card games together and come up with, puzzles and different things we can do while we're bored to death stuck at home. One person is in charge of the fun. The next, maybe some of the older children can be in charge of water. And then another one can be in charge of all of our canned foods. Make sure stuff not is expired. We have enough for everybody for about 3 days or so. And then another child can be involved with all the supplies you need. The weather radio, the batteries, the flashlights, all of this stuff. And then of course the adults and the parents are supervising and making sure everything's being done safe. So give them a role. Let that be their job, and let them follow the checklist and make sure you guys have everything you need for the home. Don't wait until the last minute and the stores are all out, right? And then the last thing is talk to them about it, review it, and do drills, okay? So they're keeping, okay, it's June, hurricane season is starting soon. You guys know what to do. Pull out your list. What's your job, Johnny? What's your job, David? And start making sure everything is up to date, everything is in place, and they know their role. I promise you, when that hurricane is coming and you're watching the weather and you're listening to the weather radio, they will talk about it with authority. They will know what they're supposed to do. They won't be so nervous and scared, and they know that they will have a role to play in keeping the family safe. And children have been proven time and time again to rise to the occasion and do some amazing things in settings of emergencies. So empower them to do the right thing, okay? So that's all I have today, short and sweet. But if you're not already prepared, get prepared for the hurricanes. And for those who are dealing with it right now in North Carolina, we are praying for you. Be safe. And hope that everything turns out well, okay? Everybody have a great weekend. Have a great Friday, the rest of your day, and thank you all for listening. Don't forget to go to my website, drcandicemd.com, and also listen to Kidding Around with Dr. Candice podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, and subscribe, rate, review, leave me comments, like, follow, all that good stuff. All right, see you later. We'll talk next week with the Word in the Clinic. Bye-bye.